Good evening, everybody. Thank you for joining us. I'm Jeff Isom, Director of Sales and Training for Nikken North America. And we're excited to have you with us tonight for Balanced Life, Happy Life, a Better Way. Our presenter this evening is Sherri Danzig. She's an amazing individual who really knows how to connect with people, and that's led her to do an amazing diversity of things in her life. She's worked as a massage therapist. She's worked as a doula, bringing new babies into the world for many years. She is a diamond wellness consultant with Nikken, has had a lot of fascinating, interesting things that she's done in her life. But one of her favorite things to do, and this is what she's going to do for us tonight, is to help us discover a company called Nikken, a company that does offer a better way. It's a company with amazing products, a fantastic income opportunity, a community of amazing individuals who live by a philosophy known as humans being more, as well as creating more balance in their life in the five pillars of wellness. So Sherri's going to help us understand these ideas and how pretty much anyone can create more in their life, whatever it is they're looking for, that they can find a way to really be and become their very best selves. So, Sherri, we're excited to have you with us.
Thank you, Jeff. I'm excited to be here with you all. So we're going to kick it off with this great picture of this high energy woman who is obviously has a song to sing. And it really features the whole philosophy of Nikken. We have this fast-paced world that we live in, and it's so much of it is, do, have, gimme, gimme, gimme. And it's refreshing that this company, their focus, their understanding is about being first. Then you can, once you, figure out, discover who you are, and you are exploring that throughout this whole experience of Nikken, of the mission being humans being more, that when you are being the most that you can be, you're being your best self, that then all the things that you want to have and do come a lot easier. So I love that. That's a great place to start with this whole philosophy of who Nikken is. So let's talk about a little bit of the reality of the world. Let's see what's going on with there we go. Because modern life is not all about the beingness. There's a lot of people that are stressed out, overly stressed. Some stress is, of course, normal. But I think the top stress is, as you see in the slide, is for most people is about financial stress. But there's lots of other stressors playing in, not having enough time, feeling like you're rushing around and not really taking care of yourself, really focusing on self-care. A lot of times people are in a job and doing work that does not feel meaningful, and that creates stress. Of course, there's lots of health concerns that create stress, which oftentimes can tie into the physical stress can create the financial stress and vice versa. So a lot of stress going on. And so I love that Niken has great solutions. And again, we come back to this whole philosophy of a balanced way of living. And so what you notice on this chart is that this is the representing the five pillars of wellness. And you notice that all five of the pillars are equal. Body, mind, family, society, and finances are all considered equally important in this mission of Niken. As we go through this, I want you to think about your own life and think about maybe identifying two areas that you would like to have them be stronger. And this is a great time to be starting. We're at the kind of closing of this year to be thinking about, what do you want the rest of the year to be? What note do you want the year to end for you? And the beginning of a brand new year in 2025 is around the corner. So what areas are important to you to get stronger? When you want to make some changes, perhaps you're thinking, okay, there's something very big and, dramatic that I want to see different compared to those areas of wanting more balance and more, you know, um, just more abundance in those five areas. When you get started with that, it's not about clicking your heels and making a change. It is, though, about making some small changes, making some, maybe bringing on some new habits. And then over time, that consistency factor will then give you great results. So then there's this whole voila effect of small habits over time, you can see big results. So when you think about those 5 areas, you really can be setting goals for yourself to see improvements in your relationships, in your financial picture, in your health, really in every aspect of your life. So let's talk about what is this really sobering comparison of North America versus Japan. And we are using Japan because Nikken started in Japan. And there's a very, very different, big difference in the results that they're getting and the reason that they're getting those results. So if you do this comparison, you look at Canada being number 34th, the US being number 68 in the world, compared to Japan being around the top in terms of their health um, results that they get. Longevity is a significant difference between, there's about, close to 20 years difference in the average longevity. And look at the numbers with how much they're spending in North America versus Japan. It's about 3 times more. The reason for that is because in North America, our traditions are we don't think about our well-being until we've lost it. So we have a sick care system, a sick care focus. Whereas in Japan, it's a much more of a preventative self-care focus. And so, if you needed to see some numbers, if you're analytical, here they are to know the difference between investing in preventative health versus waiting until you're sick. And I learned this a long time ago that there's a 90-10 comparison. And that means that 90% of every dollar in the US has been spent on intervention and only 10% on prevention. And Japan does it quite the opposite. They're spending $90, 90%, excuse me, or 99, well, 90% of every dollar is spent on prevention and only 10% on intervention. So you can see here which equation works better in the long run. So just to go in a little bit more about what these risk factors are, we talked about stress, that having a huge impact, which also affects poor sleep. Sleep oftentimes isn't prioritized in terms of your daily health routine. Air quality, water quality can be bad in terms of just toxins and not clean or not, purified enough to really give you the best health benefits. So those are additional risk factors. We know that a lot of people don't eat well, and it leads to a higher level of numbers of obesity and just being malnourished. And then there's also this thing that a lot of times people don't think about, but the electromagnetic smog. It's being so bombarded with all the technologies that we're not connecting to nature. So we're getting this impact of that which is exhausting and creates stress. And all of this is about this body burden that we're having to, if you're not doing something proactive, this is having an impact on your well-being every day. So, what's the solution? Well, the solution, as I keep hinting, is about prevention. It's about self-care. And I love this saying that Dr. Gary Linder had really penned for us, which is to be healthy by choice, not by chance. Don't leave it to chance. We do that when we're young, and as we start getting some years on us, we start realizing we have to take responsibility. So I have a business partner who's a chiropractor who says she calls her not instead of patients, she calls them participants. And so if you will take responsibility and be a participant in your well-being rather than a patient of the sick care system, that's what we're talking about here. So introduce Nikken. So Nikken, as you can see, started in Japan in 1975. Next year, we will celebrate 50 years of its existence, and that's huge. And why have they been such a successful company and have thrived for this many years, for almost 5 decades? Well, I think at the center of it, it is this mission that drives us to have this more balanced life. So I'm going to prompt you. I'm going to stop the share, Jeff, and get you to go ahead and play a video for us that tells a little bit of the story. Did I
Do
do?
you ever have days where everything in your life feels in balance? When your mind is clear and your body feels in tune with nature? When everyone in your family is healthy and happy? When you belong to and support a warm, loving community? When you have a stable income and no debt? Mind, body, family, society, finances. Niken calls these 5 areas of our lives the 5 pillars of wellness. We help you cultivate balance in all 5 areas of life with the tools that build your wellness home. Because to breathe is to live, we focus on clean air. Because water is life, we focus on pure water. Because healthy food nourishes strong bodies, we focus on nutrient-dense organic ingredients. Because everyone needs restful sleep and energy to feel joyful, we focus on rest, relaxation, and magnetic support. And to keep you as youthful looking as you feel, we focus on naturally sourced marine organic skincare. Our vision is to share the 5 pillars of wellness with everyone. And we want to spread the word throughout the world. Because once you achieve a balanced lifestyle, wouldn't you want to help everyone you know to achieve the same wonderful life of active wellness? That's what we offer everyone who is part of our global wellness community. Join Niken to build your wellness home and live a life in balance. Discover it, live it, share it.
I'm not sure if everybody could see the video or not because I couldn't see it. Um, what are y'all seeing?
If you could see it, put your thumb up. Put your thumbs up.
I can't see
Yeah, I
everybody.
think, Sherri, I think you just had your video settings that didn't allow you to see it.
I see. Okay,
So,
good, good,
yeah.
good. Okay, fantastic. Okay. Okay, so I was enjoying listening to it. So that really kind of tells the story, and I think it's a great video to share to really speak to what we're offering and the solutions we're offering, which is in the big scheme of things, it's about creating and living in a wellness home. And that is where you experience active wellness, where you are protecting really the only environment that we have control over is where we live. And so we get to block out all of those toxins from that slide that talked about the bad, air and water and poor sleep, all of those things we get we have something we can do about that if we embrace the idea of living in a wellness home. And, when we talk about the fact that so many different health factors can impact us, the truth is, about 90% of what gets us sick, unwell, diseased, all of that stuff is really up to us, which is good news and bad news. It's the bad news is we got to do something about it. We have to be responsible. The good news is that we can do something about it. We can be responsible. So let's talk about the wellness home. It is all about, as you heard in the video, it's about imploring biomimicry. So it's about embracing the way nature has an impact and bringing those nature's energies into our home. And here's what a wellness home is about. The components of it are about having healthy air. So it's about having air filtration so that the
Can't see your slides, Sherri.
you can't see them. Okay, I don't know what's going on here because hang on, let me do this. Can you see it at all? Let me go back here. Hang on a second.
Not yet.
Okay, thank you for letting me know. I think I unshared.
There, that looks like it's coming up now. Go
Okay,
ahead.
thank
Yep,
you.
you're back.
I'm back. Okay, here we go. So this is what a wellness home looks like. Just looks like my house every day, right? Nice and clean. Um, so by air, we're talking about having air filtration because the truth is, if we don't have something cleaning our air, our lungs are doing all the heavy work, the heavy lifting, and it's considered that as bad as the air quality is outside, it can be many times worse inside a trapped home. So it's about having clean air, clean water, so that you have water filtration, so that the water you're drinking, the water you're showering, bathing in is clean and purified. It's about getting good, deep restorative sleep. It's about having nutrition that is supporting your diets, because most of our diets are not nutrient rich anymore. And so even if we're eating really well, we still need supplements to support that. So that's part of a wellness home. And then last, it's about energy. It's about being in an environment that can create more energy in a natural way so that we have energy throughout our day. So these five areas, this is what it looks like. The air filtration system you can see here in the picture, and it's an amazing system. Now, I'm not going to go into a lot of detail here. We have on Wednesday nights what we call brand night, and we dive into a particular product or product category. So tomorrow night, we'll be talking about the energy products. But make sure that you tune in to when we're covering all these different technologies so you can learn more. And we also have videos that you can go back into our library and learn more about it. So we have the air filtration system. You can see the grouping of water filtration. It's both the water system, there's a water bottle that's for on the go, and then there's a shower system, two different types. Then we have sleep products, which are unbelievable. You see the pillow, it's kind of hard to tell, but there's a mattress topper and then a comforter. And all of those are cocooning you in this nature's energy to get really deep restorative sleep. We have phenomenal nutritional supplement products that are all whole food. You can see we have a new protein mix that is called Kenzen Vital Balance. It is unbelievable and delicious and is great to help you with maintaining great healthy weight. And then we have these energy technologies that is a way to tune into every day to get your body energized, feeling good, having a lot of mobility. And again, tune in tomorrow for learning more about that. So I'm going to have Dr. Candace Holmes jump in here and tell us a story. I'll go ahead and stop the share again and have you come in and share a story, Dr. Candace.
Sure. Thank you, Sherry. So I love that about having a participant instead of patients. I'm so used to saying patient, so I'm gonna have to try to change what I say. So a while ago, I had a participant who is a professional bodyguard. We're talking like celebrities, so those who travel overseas and things. And he's a big guy, and he came to me because he was having issues with his back. And he said, I have to constantly move around because I get stiff if I sit down. And who's going to hire me if I stay seated and when I can't jump up because I'm so stiff? And so I said, you know what? I said, I have something for you. And so I had him purchase the Kinko Magplex, is a Magplex.
Mhm.
And so it's the thin piece of plastic that has the magnets in it. And so just put it, right there in your back. No one will know that you're wearing it. It's very, you won't know it. You won't see it. And so it came in and I gave him a couple weeks to use it. And I said, okay, so how's it going? He said, oh my gosh, doc, that thing's amazing. He said, I can sit down for hours and still jump up and nobody knows. Nobody knows. So he was able to continue working in, the profession that he adores. He was able to fly overseas and not have to worry about, having to stretch or go to the bathroom to stretch before, they landed so that no one would know that he was having that kind of discomfort. So just to give someone the opportunity to get out of that discomfort and to continue working in the job that he loves. That was in the profession. That was very rewarding to me. So I'm glad that just one little thing, helped him.
I love it. Thank you for sharing so much. And by the way, this is what it looks like here. I guess I could be a bodyguard because I wear this all the time. I can jump out of my seat, and if I wanted to be that person, I don't. But if I did, I could. Okay, let's go back to the slides. Thank you so much, Dr. Candace. Okay, so let's talk a little bit here. This is where it gets a little stuck, but it'll unstick in a minute. Okay. Is that where we want to go? Hang on. Okay, yeah. I just want to be sure I was in the right place. So the Nikken makes it easy. They have packs that allow you to kind of get started with your wellness home. So you can see there's the water system, the water pack, there's an energy pack, and then there's a sleep pack. And that's a great way to start. You decide where you want to start, but it gives you a 10% discount, free shipping. And it's just simple to kind of jump in there and start using these technologies. So if you start with one, it's good. If you start with two, that's even better. And if you start with all three of them, you've got a wellness home going. So it's a great thing to think about investing before the year is out. And where a lot of my customers start and business partners start is with the water. The water is one of those things I think it just makes sense to people to be investing in great water. And I like to say it gives you the most bangs for the buck because it is so inexpensive to drink much, much better water. And because water has such an impact on your everyday life, you're talking about 25 cents a gallon to be able to have such a huge impact with living water. So that's oftentimes where people start with their wellness home. But you can start with the packs or wherever it makes sense for you. So speaking of that, the choice is really what works for you. You can start as a wellness enthusiast, as a customer, and it's very simple. You talk to the person that invited you to listen to this, and you get started, and you've got your own portal to become a customer and start your wellness home. You can upgrade at any time, or you might jump right in because you know that these are products that you want not only for your own family, but you want to share them with friends, family, your community. And so that might make you a consultant. And then the third option is my favorite option. And that's when you really get excited. You see a group of people that are just really ready to go. And that's when you become a business partner. And not only are you sharing with your circle, but you really are creating this as an entrepreneur, as a business. So let's talk about being an entrepreneur. If you've never been an entrepreneur, this is a great place to start. You will get so much training and support because our model is about collaborative entrepreneurship. That's a mouthful, but we are collaborating. We work together, we collaborate, we don't compete with each other, and that makes a huge difference. You may be an entrepreneur now, and maybe you haven't had a community that was really going to support you like you get it, and you can. So let's talk about why you would think about being an entrepreneur. So let's look here if you're on the left side of the slide and you can see most people they have their employees, they have a job. That's the way that they start out at least oftentimes and how they're going to create a living. And with that, you're exchanging your time for money. You can be self-employed. Just like Dr. Candace, who's a chiropractor and owns a franchise. I myself is a massage therapist. So we have freedom to a point, but we're still being paid really just for exchanging our time for money. But on the right side, you have a whole different story because on the right side, you have people that are adding value because if you're a business owner, and then you're able to leverage your own time. So you're leveraging other people's time in a way that is collaborative. And so you're creating these MSIs, which are multiple streams of income. Now you can also be an investor, that's also down there, but you got to have a chunk of money in order to invest, and then your money is what you leverage. But just look at these numbers too, that on the left side where you're trading time, that is 95% of the population does that, and that represents 5% of the wealth. Whereas when you're on the happy side of this, where you're leveraging your time, it's only 5% of the population does it, but it creates 95% of the wealth. So you want to go from being, the left side to the right side, because that's how you're going to create that time freedom. And how do you do that? Well, we're familiar with Amazon and Uber as two examples that have a huge network. And you want stuff delivered to your house, you pull up Amazon. You want a ride someplace, you pull up Uber. What Nikken has this as well. So we are able to leverage our time and have this platform. But with us, we're doing something that has so much more meaning because it's not just getting stuff or getting a ride. It's about making a difference in someone's quality of life, which I think is huge. So let's talk about what does it look like to start your Nikken business? Well, as a consultant, as an entrepreneur, you start out by joining, of course, and then your idea is to start thinking about who you want to share this with, who do you want to promote this with. So you make a list of people and you get to work in sharing and inviting people. And we have this great system now in place. It's called the Rhythm of the Business. And so tonight is an overview. So if you're looking at how you might do this as a business owner, well, you're simply going to invite people to these different events so that so you're leveraging these other people and these events to help support you to share with the people that you're wanting to invite into taking a look. So you invite people, and then on this oversight here, the what Niken does, they're doing all the heavy lifting. So they're inventorying the products, they're doing the product development, they do the shipping, they provide customer service, and all of those things that, as a business owner, I don't want to keep up with all the numbers. I want to be out there connecting with people. And so Niken does that, and it makes it a much easier, a stress-free, really kind of a work environment. So again, we have this ability to leverage our time by pulling up, if you've got a smartphone, which I think pretty much everybody does, you really get to work this business wherever you are, whether you're on a beach someplace or you have a job, which you certainly can weave this into the, um, you know, eh, different intervals of time throughout your day. And with a phone, you can make connections with people and so you literally can do this anywhere. And it's, about $40 to get started in the US. So again, pretty much you can do this anywhere. Anybody can do it. And these are the different ways that you get paid. So it's everything from retail profits and different bonuses. You get lifestyle bonuses as you move up and create a team. You have personal rebates, you have group overrides. So there's a lot of different ways. And then leadership bonuses, which is really incredible as you start building a team. So there's many different ways that you get paid to build your business. And again, this is about being collaborative. It's working smart, not so hard. This is a simple business. It's not always easy because you got to get out there and talk to people, but it is simple because it really is just about connecting people to what we offer, to our better way solution. So it's simple to integrate. As I said, when I was working full time as a massage therapist and I had three little girls, I just found those little nooks and crannies of time to call people, connect them, to invite them. And of course, in this day and age, you're just simply sending somebody a link, a video to get them started and get them curious as to what we have to offer. So it's very inexpensive to build this business. You get tons of leadership and entrepreneurial training. It's kind of a turnkey business. You don't have to go and recreate the wheel. It's already been laid out for you. So this is a gig in this gig economy, but it's so much more meaningful than going and driving an Uber because you want to create some more income. This is really something we think of it as the perfect gig because there's so much purpose and meaning and so much that you get back because of helping so many people. And we don't do it by ourselves. So as you're moving the ladder from silver all the way to diamond and beyond, it is about lifting other people up, working collaboratively so that you have tons of support in our whole system of how you build your business and keep creating success. So it's all about exponential growth here. And so you can see that it's starting with your own team and then helping other leaders to build leaders, to build leaders, to build leaders, so that you're creating these multiple streams of income to have a huge impact in your income and in your team's income. And I love that it's not your success is about helping others to be successful. So this is really what we have to offer. I love talking to people and saying, would you be interested in looking at a global wellness community? And that gets people excited. They want to know about that. We are positive minded. We're looking for the solutions, and we are a global company to support people and having the best life they possibly can. And this is our vision. So we are looking to keep increasing our exposure so that more and more people know about who we are, that we want to have 10 million people practicing active wellness. And we have a lofty goal of every home a wellness home. So we'll get there by, having more and more people that are joining us to share this mission so that we're making society better, that we're supporting an economy that is about balance, and that it's all about being in harmony with nature. So again, the choice is yours. You can start as a customer, as a wellness enthusiast, and that may be what is best for you now. But know that at any point you can become someone that is upgraded to being a consultant, and then you're promoting wellness. And of course, the sweetest part of it is really when you embrace this as a community builder and you've got a group of partners and customers that you're having this huge influence. So I want to encourage you for listening, whether you're listening to this live or you listen to the video recording, that you get all your questions answered, that you come and check out our brand night so you learn more about the technologies and then experience these products. Because when you experience these products, a lot of things get validated for you that you realize you've got your hands on something that very few people know. We know that we have like less than, I think it's less than 1% of the population that really is embracing Nikken, that knows about Nikken. So to have something that incredibly impactful that almost no one knows about, it's kind of like a perfect recipe for a business. So I'm going to wrap it up and let Jeff, you have some final words if you'd like.
Sherri, thank you so much for sharing, and thank you for the testimonies that we heard tonight, Dr. Holmes. And this really is a fantastic opportunity to create more in your life, whatever it might be. As Sherri mentioned, there's an amazing event to learn more about technologies tomorrow night called Brand Night. Sherri, what specific technology are we covering tomorrow night?
Tomorrow night, it's going to be really because we have this incredible gift guide. So it's going to be a lot of the energy technology. So we have some beautiful new jewelry, and we've got some of our oldies but goodies, our insoles, the back magnets. So it's going to be the daily energy products that are going to be featured.
And in addition to the specials that are happening this month, there's also free shipping, which is fantastic throughout the month of November. Free shipping on any order, regardless of the value of the order. Every single order receives free shipping plus a 10% coupon that you can use in December. So an order for product in December, you can receive 10% off that product by using that coupon in December. But thank you again, Sherri, for joining us this evening. Thanks everybody for being part of this. Do reach out to the person who let you know about this meeting tonight. And if you have questions, they'll be happy to answer all of your questions. We do meet on Tuesdays to share with people about this fantastic company known as Nikken. Thanks everybody again for being with us tonight.